and welcome back to my channel, Emma Jane's Garden. My name is Emma and this is my allotments, my garden. I grow on 6 allotments, but don't think that's loads because it's actually not, because each allotment is only 5 metres by 11 metres, so it's not massive. And I grow in Cornwall, so South Cornwall, St Austell, look it up on a map, it's a tiny little place. And yeah, so I think we're zone 8B, possibly. I'm not really sure, I don't really know about the zones. Anyway, so I just thought I would do you a quick tour of the plot. It is middle of August. I have neglected the plot for probably since the kids broke up from school, which was end of July, because I find the summer holidays really difficult to manage. I don't know why, but I always find it really difficult to manage. I also work 2 mornings a week at a local chilli farm, growing chilies to make into jams and sauces, things like that. So I do that 2 mornings a week, as well as running this, and then now kids are home as well. Just an added extra. So I thought I'd show you what it looks like, what it realistically is looking like. But I haven't been down for the last week, so I've just had loads on, so I kind of left it to it. I mean, I've come and checked things aren't dying, but I've not done anything to it. So why don't we have a quick tour of the plot? So mid-August tour, and as you can see, the sunflowers have gone mad. They're meant to be cut flower sunflowers. They're just too big for what I want, which is a bit annoying. Right, let's show you around. So August, if you want to know what's growing in August, I have got Rebecca. Now I don't know if you remember these, with the 6 plants that I got, because all of mine got eaten by the slugs. Wow, that's just 6 plants. In fact, there's actually 5 because 1 died. Actually 2 dies and I replaced 1, so there's 5 plants there. Look how many you get off 5 plants, it's amazing. We have Achillea, beautiful Achillea. Loving these colours. It's meant to be summer pastels. I'm not sure that's summer pastels. I've had a problem with one of my seed suppliers this year, and a lot of the stuff I had from them is the wrong colour, which is what's happened to my status. Been cutting this, cut. I need to cut all this down, so it'll reflush. But this is all meant to be apricot, and it's all come up pinks and purples. It's beautiful and I am using it. It's just not what I wanted. Snapdragons here, absolutely been amazing. The stem strength on these Snapdragons was amazing. I'm definitely getting these again. I think these were the Costa variety, if I can remember rightly. And then if we go further this way, we had more Snapdragons. I've used most of these now, and larkspur, lots of lovely larkspur, but it is, because I haven't been down, it is starting to go to seed. Let me take these gloves off. It is going to seed slightly, which is a bit annoying. I won't tell you there aren't any weeds, because there are, but there is a whole lot less than there was last year because of the way I mulched this year, which I'll show you in a minute. These I think these are a Madam Butterfly Snapdragon, and actually I found that these do a lot better in the tunnel than they do outside. They're a little bit weedy on the stem. I mean, it's still strong, but I found that the ones in the tunnel, they're just much nicer looking plants, although they're nearly over now. But I put most of them outside, so it's a bit of a shame because I put most of them outside. Again, some more larkspur. If we come around to this side, this has been amazing. This is my Clarkia, which was new to me this year. It's gone, look at it, poor sad looking thing. I'm actually not sure what happened. It was absolutely stunning, but every single time I picked it, I did not use it. It's just one of those things that looks lovely, but once I picked it, I took it home, and I know that it had great vase life because I tested the vase life and it was perfect. Got a good 5+ days out of it, which is brilliant. That's fine by me, but I just couldn't make it work in any of my displays. Nothing. It just didn't work. It wasn't something that I think, if I had it in the garden, yes, it would look amazing, but not here. So I won't be growing that again. What have we got going forwards this way? So we have the random Dahlia and sweet pea thing. So I didn't realise this dahlia was here. I thought I dug them all up. Clearly hadn't. So I put the sweet peas over the top of it, and it's literally slap bang centrally over that dahlia. But the sweet peas have done amazingly. I've cut and cut and cut these sweet peas, and they have been really good because they were so slow coming because of the slugs. This isn't doing so well. This is, I think it's A triplex. It was the green one, and the deer ate it to the ground, and it's just never done very well since. So I will do it again next year because I do like it. Getting attached to my deer scarers, which I don't think are working because I've noticed they're back. Never mind. I think they've got used to them. I need to put something else up. So this bed here, the bed that I had to, this is the stuff that I bought to replace everything that I lost while I was away on holiday earlier in the year, and this bed is amazing. I mean, this is more Rebecca, which is what I needed because I have a wedding in 2 weeks' time, exactly 2 weeks today, and she wanted sunflowers and stuff, so I really needed these to come on, and they are. Look at this, that's really unusual. It's like got a little flower growing out the middle. How strange. But these, they are stunning, and they're so big and vibrant. I love them. So they're gonna, as well as the sunflowers, they'll really bring that sunflower vibe. Random dahlia, I have had this dahlia for years, and I dig it out every year and move it, and every year it just seems to come back. It's like a never-ending dahlia. Absolutely useless as a cut flower. Bees absolutely love it though. So it's staying. If I can just get through. This side we have some. This was again more stuff that I bought when I lost everything. So at the end here, this is a phlox which was actually here, and it's just decided to grow again, but I thought I dug all them out as well. This is the Southern Charm verbascum, and these are looking amazing, really good. So I had some earlier in the year, but these were small when I put them in, but they are starting. They're going to start putting up some flowers fairly soon by the look of it. And then we've got some grasses. This is going to be a lovely grass. It's like a red one. I really love this. I had some from my mother-in-law's garden last year, and I used it for someone's wedding in the autumn. Oh my god, it looked amazing. And then we have, I can't think what they are. I'll come back to it, I'll tell you. Now, this is the Rebecca coming to here, and then I had some, I think it was flamingo feathers, or I don't know, Lotia or something here, which really isn't doing anything. But these are my Dutch asters, which again I bought from Facebook Marketplace actually, and they're doing super good. They're just about to burst, so I'm hoping that they might even be ready for the wedding next week. Oh, 2 weddings next week, and these would look amazing with it. And also, my first time ever, yippee! I have some canterbury. What are they? Those things. Oh my gosh, my brain is actually not with it today. But yeah, I've never grown these before, and they're amazing. I haven't got very many, but they're cool. I might cut some in a minute. Okay to make for tomorrow morning, so I might cut some because they're really interesting. Bells of Ireland, I knew it would come to me. And heleniums. There you go. See, I knew it would come to me. I'm having one of those moments. I've just dropped my children off to my parents, and I've got a weekend away. We've got a wedding to go to. Not doing the flowers for it, it's a friend's wedding. So we're actually going away for the whole weekend. So I've got to get these flowers done first thing tomorrow morning, get them delivered, and then I'm off until Monday. So I'm looking forward to it, but my brain's a bit addled because I've been so busy this week trying to get ready to go away for the weekend. That's why I'm here tonight, because I haven't got the dog, because he's there too, haven't got the children, so I can spend all evening on the plot without having to worry about feeding and watering anybody. Win-win. Right, what else is here for you to look at? So these, so this stuff, absolutely, I'm cutting some of this in a minute. The bees love it, so I didn't cut yesterday for the bouquets because the bees were swarmed all over it, and I felt mean taking it. But I'm going to take some for tomorrow's bouquet. Absolutely stunning. It's a wild type flower, so it's perfect for my flowers. But I grew it earlier in the year and it all got eaten by slugs, so I actually direct sow these a bit later in the year, and they've been amazing. They're actually better direct sown, I think, than in plugs. This is looking a bit weedy, but this was not, I'll show you the difference actually in a minute. This was not covered with any chippings whatsoever, which is why it's looking a little bit like this. This is my rat tail status. It is over, it's had it, so I might start pulling this out in a minute. I might just chop it back and see if it comes back, but I don't think it will. Corn cockle, I really loved it last year, and this year again, same as the Clarket, every time I picked it I didn't use it. I think I've used it in a handful of bunches this year. Just didn't do it for me, so definitely not going to grow it again next year. Random Dahlia, which decided to stay in the ground, one of my favourites. Western Ella Grace, if you're wondering. She's fantastic in bouquets, absolutely stunning Dahlia. Halls of Hedon, if you're looking for her, Western Ella Grace. Nigel's Moss, yes, they did really well actually. I only have about 4. Not even that, I think there's 3 plants here. They have just started to really go for me. I need to deadhead them and get them going again, because obviously, like I said, I haven't been here for a week to do anything. I just kind of picked and took what I needed, didn't do anything. But look how pretty they are. I love this one. The others didn't do anything. And look at this one. She's absolutely ridiculously tiny. It's like the size of a daisy. Yeah, look, that's my finger. And this was called Pop Socks. I'm not doing that again either. These are all Pop Socks, these ones. And they're tiny. But they're really pretty, because they did, to begin with, they came up with this lovely little middle. And then they seem to have reverted. I think this might have been the same, and it's slightly bigger, but it's still rubbish. I wouldn't grow that one again either. Mint has literally taken over. Actually come from next doors. My sedums, I divided these this year, so I'm probably not going to use very many of them. But they're starting to look good, and so I just want them to bulk up. But can you see what I mean about the, I put the bark chippings down on here, and how much less weeds there are, because these beds were dug at the same time. This one had the bark chippings put on it, and this one didn't. And you can see the weeds. I mean, I have got some weeds growing here, but not loads, and as you can see, this is all done at the same time, and there is weeds. I'm not going to say there's none, but it's definitely less. It's been easier to maintain this year, for definite. I will be doing this next year all over the plot. In fact, the winter I am going to be mulching every single bed there is. See this here, look, I mean, this was done really early in the year, when I divided all these, and aren't these looking amazing? Look how good these are looking. And they really, I'm going to pick some of these, and I'm hoping that these will go on for the weddings as well, because these will be stunning. They are going to seed slightly. Again, that's because I haven't been here this week, but I might save some of these seeds. Anyway, but yeah, that's looking good. And then we've got the sunflowers, which are ridiculous. Absolutely. I have got smaller ones, it's fine. I'm not sure what variety that even was now, but it is a well, I assumed it was a branching one, because I did only buy branching ones, but like I said, I did get most of my seeds from one particular seed company this year, and I really struggled with them. But I've never had before. They've always been my favourite seed company, so I don't know whether maybe those came from there. I don't actually know what they were. I'll go round and I'll show you, because all the sunflowers are facing that way at the moment. But in here, these are the ones that are going for the wedding. So, bit eaten that leaf there, but these are the ones. So pretty. So they'll go with the, it's a really small one actually. That's these anyway. So I'm hoping, because it's in 2 weeks, I'll have these will start to open and will be, look, perfect for 2 weeks time for this wedding. Well, these 2 weddings actually, can go in both. And then what we got, oh look, this is looking better now. So I finally got some kale. I'm actually going to cut some of this and have it for tea tonight. My courgette's been absolutely rubbish if you're into vegetables. Absolutely appalling. I don't even know. I had one courgette. I've had literally one courgette off 2 plants. But I will grow them again, obviously. Love courgettes. Normally grow them every year. This one, do you remember the deer did eat this? This is the a triplex rubra, I think it's called, rhubarb. And these are awesome, looks a bit like a dock. They did get eaten by the deer. And then we've got this hut. These are so high, I can't believe it. I'm not sure on them, they don't look as good as I was hoping, but I think maybe they're still a bit early. I think they're meant to develop a bit more, possibly. And then I've got my runner beans. Look, they're coming, finally. Got some baby runner beans. I've got a guy down the bottom who has said I can have some of his runner beans for tea because mine got piddly little things, so I've got to take some of those to go with my kale. Because I'm on my own tonight. All on my own. So these are my hops. Look at these. Now these really will be useful next couple of weeks, and then I might even try drying some. But I made this, I don't know if you followed from the beginning when I made this, but I think this is looking really, really good. And considering I put that up on the spur of the moment as well, this archway, I'm definitely making another archway next year, so I really like it. So let's have a look around here. So what we have, I showed you these two. This Achillea is just amazing. So this is what I was saying earlier in the year, is actually this is first year Achillea, and I planted them really close because I wanted them to get stem length. So with Achillea, what you need to do, it's best to grow it from seed every year if you want really long stems, and to plant it super close. So I planted these probably 10 centimetres apart, like that, in a grid. One so that it'd be easier to stake, but actually I haven't staked these and they're not doing too bad. I could have done with staking those because see there's a hole in the middle. It was windy the other day, that's why. But yeah, that you get this amazing stem length, but when you leave them next year, sometimes the stem length isn't quite as good and they branch a bit more like this one has. So you see this one's branched loads, so it's really lovely, but it's got loads of branching. What you want are these. So these are really useful long stems, and they're branching only at the very top. This not so useful because it's got lots at the top and then it's got branching right down to the bottom, so you'll be losing all of that. So yeah, I do like them, I really like them, but I suppose some of them are pastels. It's meant to be summer pastels. I suppose they are, maybe. Amy, I'm just about to rip this out. I'm letting it go to seed slightly because I'm going to take the seed in a minute, and this one's perfect for seed saving. So we're going to take these seeds and then I'm going to start sowing for next year. It's the time to save seed, because if they're going to seed, that means they're dropping, which means it's the right time to be sowing these for next year. So I want to sow them now, and then I'm going to sow some a little bit later, and then again in the spring. So I'll have a succession, and some will go in the tunnel like I did this year, so I'll have them earlier. Some will come outside, and then the ones that I do later will go outside again. So I'll have some now which I haven't got at the moment. They've pretty much gone over and they're a bit poor. There's not the stem length to them, but I'm hoping to try and get them to go on a little bit longer. Down there in my foxgloves, now these are the foxgloves. I wasn't sure if they were going to flower this year or not, because I planted them late last year, sort of. They're biannual, and I planted them in September, so that was way too late. I'm sure it's September. This one's trying though, but that's fine because they should, I think what'll happen is they will go dormant now, and they'll come back next year, so I may have them nice and early next year. This is a lovely perennial sunflower called Vanilla Ice. It's massive. I need to dig it up and divide it this year and put a few more across. This had all my bulbs in it this year, but anything that I've got ones and twos, I'm planting here. So this is a lovely, I mean, it's okay for cut flowers, it's just, well, I don't say I really use it, but it's quite pretty and the bees love it, so I've plonked it in here because I didn't really know what to do with it. So this back end is just going to be for things just to fill it up and make, so I've got odds of stuff, so it'll add that little bit of interest. So there'll be ones and twos and stuff, so there won't be loads to pick, but sometimes when you're coming down you're like, oh, that might go with a bride or something, that, you know. So anything that I haven't got very many of, I'm going to put in this back run here, and hopefully it'll form a really nice like mini border. It'll be pretty. Right over here I'll show you this. So these, oh, I just fell down a hole. These are the sunflowers and they are absolutely beautiful. Oh look, I've got a sleeping bee. That's cute. And I think they were called autumn something, not really sure, but they've gone a little bit too low. But you can see these are the branching type, so you can see that they are, well, it obviously is branching. And this one's just coming out. It's just not the right time of day to be filming these, to be honest, because it's facing the wrong way. But look at the size of the stems on these. I mean, this is thick stems. So yeah, not quite what I was expecting. My phlox, I have decided to leave the phlox in the ground, not cut it at all this year, and actually these have really responded to not being cut this year. Some of them I divided as well. I think these were the pink ones, I divided those. You can see there's some smaller ones where I divided them. Then we've got the white. Again, look at the weeds. No weeds. Okay, not none. That's a lie. There are some. And all I do is I just come up whenever I'm here and I'm picking, I'll just pull some out. And I've always got a wheelbarrow on the go so that I chuck them in the wheelbarrow. So, you know, I mean, there are some, but it's nothing like the jungles that I used to have. The white phlox, again, I have not bothered cutting any of this. I think it all needs a bit of a feed. That's not looking great, but like I said, I just divided them this year, so I think they just need to sit in the ground this year, not be cut at all. That's a very big weed. Should we take that one out? Oh, maybe not. No. Okay, see that it's actually really easy to pull as well, so I'm not going to worry. So that's the Rebecca. Okay, let's take this weed with me and those ones that I chucked on the ground. Okay. What else? Oh, let's go over here. So in here is my wild. Now, I don't know if you remember this video where I did this and I dug it up. It had been a path for, I can't even tell you how many years. It had just been a pathway, and I uncovered it, and the soil was actually quite nice, and I thought it'd be perfect to put some wildflowers in, which didn't grow. And I sowed them again and they didn't grow, so I sowed them again and then they started growing. So but in the meantime I'd put some extra sunflowers that I'd grown in here. So I've now got sunflowers growing with cosmos, which I think these cosmos are looking good, and actually I love cosmos foliage in floral displays, so I may just use the foliage because I think it's a bit late really for them to start flowering. Cornflowers, which I've been using in my displays as well. So these cornflowers are doing really good. And the Phacelia, so the Phacelia is in here to improve the ground a bit, but I am using them for cutting as well. That's why they're here. And yeah. Oh, and then I think I've got some grasses down the back. They're not doing so well because I didn't put them in that long ago, the grasses. But if you look at the pure destruction of this plot, which is really good in the spring, just really rubbish at this time of year, but I am spending the winter and I'm going to make this much more usable. My winter project this year is to get all of these beds dug, because I've got two at the front which I didn't dig either. They're covered but they haven't been dug, and I want to get everything dug, and then I'm going to mulch over everything with wood chip, and then on this side I'm going to rearrange it all, because at the moment it's full of raised beds, and I just find for me now, working the way I work, raised beds just don't work for me. They were fine when I just had that one allotment. This was my original allotment, and it was brilliant then because it meant you could just go and clear one bed and then plant it up and you were done. But when you're working on a flower farmer type scale, you just need to have rows of plants so that you can go along and pick sort of, I need 20 of this or I need 40 of that. And when you've only got small raised beds, you just can't get enough in them. So I'm taking all the raised beds out, and I'm going to do what I've done over here. So I'll have a path going up and then rows going down the sides. And any bulbs that are in here, I'm just going to leave them. I'm just going to leave the bulbs in the ground, and they can just come up wherever they already are, even if they're in a row of things I've planted out, because they're just bulbs. So if I use this mainly for annuals on this side, then I know that the bulbs will have been and gone by the time I'm putting annuals out. Because that's what I was worried about, is I've got so many bulbs and stuff over here that I don't want to dig them all out and then have to replant them all. But I'm just not going to bother. I'm just going to mulch over the top of them and then let them do their thing. And if they come up, even better. They're mainly daffodils, so I know they're going to come up. They come up every year, so they should be fine. Let's go to the next plot. So these three plots are above the 3 that we've just been in, and so you come through the gate and it's Weed City. And do you know what? I don't actually mind. It is what it is. What can I do? It is what it is. The only thing that I am annoyed is the amount of flowers I've got, which means I am not selling enough flowers. So that's quite frustrating. This has been in the last week, every one of these has come up, and like I say, this week I just have not been here. Look, this is one of my favourites. She's gorgeous and I cannot remember her name. Absolutely stunning. But I had a really lovely one, this one, last year, which was just as big as that, and it was absolutely stunning as well. Just not doing very well this year. Don't know why. These were all the new ones I planted literally just before I went away, and some of them just haven't done very well. They're there, they're just not doing very well. Look at this one. It's very unusual. Not sure I like it that much. I did have it last year and I did use it. And then I planted some new ones this year. So this is a new one this year. It's a water lily, but it's like a dark coloured water lily. So I've got the white water lily there, which is ballerina, it's white ballerina, and then at the back there I've got the pink ballerina, and I don't actually remember what this one was called, but it's a really lovely like orangey colour. And then I do love the balls. These are little balls. I like these ones. These are really useful in buttonholes and things, especially when they're this sort of size. And then I've got this lovely, really do like an orange dahlia. This is like an orangey, in fact that does pick up exactly the colours it is. It's really beautiful. But don't ask me the names of some of these because I've lost the names, which is really annoying, so I just know I like them. These orangey ones I like. This yellow one, absolutely awful, hate it. It goes like this really quick. It's absolutely pointless. And it's got whippy little stems, look. They're useless. Awful for cut flower. And I thought I dug it up. Clearly didn't. And it's annoying because I've lost lots of really beautiful dahlias, and that horrible yellow one still here. Why is that always the way? Always the way. Getting caught on everything. Some of these dahlias are absolutely stunning. Some of my favourites are here. I really love this yellow actually, and this makes a really lovely cut flower. Obviously I need to do some deadheading, and I haven't staked anything. My bad, really haven't staked anything this year. So we're all flopping. Oh, look at this. This is amazing dahlia. Look how big that is. I love these. And these I did for somebody's wedding last year. That's why I had them. But I love the fact they got this lovely pink underneath. And they looked amazing in her bouquet, which was massive, absolutely huge. And they went really nicely with this lovely pink. Well, yeah, you can see these two. Like, they're just so lovely together. This is the ballerina. She's beautiful. Really lovely. Oh, look, I've got another one of those there. How massive that is. Look. Then I've got this nice red. This is actually, I'm not sure, I think this is new to me, this one. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I've got this somewhere else as well, but I don't know where this one's come from. I didn't think it was here last year. This was really useful. It's called Evelyn. Really useful wedding dahlia. Again, needs real bad deadheading. And then all my reds, which I don't really use very much, to be honest. But I'll keep them because occasionally you get called for red dahlias. And then the roses, I've kind of had it now. I am going to pick a few of the Rolldals for this bouquet for tomorrow. But other than that, that's kind of all I've got. Most of them have gone over. And I've been completely taken over by what looks like weeds, but it's not. It's Aquilidra, and literally every bed is full of Aquilidra. Apart from that one that's got those weedy things in, but there is Aquilidra in that too. So I think I might need to do some thinning on them. Then we've got some dahlias here. One is a huge, it's pink perfection or purple perfection, and one is a white perfection. And I did have a cafe au lait, but all my cafe au laits did not make the winter, so I don't have any now. These are the dahlias that I actually got from Fieldgate Flowers. So I'll be interested to see what they were, because they were just a mixed bunch of what she had left, and she sent them over to me So we'll see what they are. There's actually a sunflower growing there, which I don't know what sunflower that is. Interesting. And then I've also got some more Phacelia growing here, which is already starting to come. And then some more cornflowers. This was meant to be beans all the way along. This was meant to be full of beans, and they didn't do very well. But I do have a everlasting sweet pea. So this is a perennial sweet pea, which I rescued from the garden centre for, I think, there's some value of $3.99. And it was brown as anything, and it looked like it was dying, so I just cut it back, and it's looking amazing, which means I'll have that every year now. Oh, I love this rose. This is called Hot Chocolate. It's actually not as red as it looks in the video. What have we got up here? Oh, I love this. This is my favourite. This one's called Lady Emma Hamilton. Beautiful David Austin rose. Again, these are from Fieldgate Flowers, so I don't know what these are going to look like. These are all new to me, these dahlias. My peonies are here. Another dahlia, which I think I did put here last year actually, because I didn't know where to put them. Oh, and there. 2 dahlias there. And this was a bit of an experiment this year, and this is chickpea foliage. I haven't actually used any of it this year, but I think I planted it too late. So I'm going to plant it again next year, because I've got a ton of chickpeas. I got them, I think they were from Asda, like just a big pack of chickpeas. And I did think, what? Really? Because I'd seen other people doing it. Anyway, I put some in and they grew so quick. I wish I put a load more. I think you need to put in like a lot to make any, because they seem to come up on one stem unless they need pinching. But I think I might play around with them again next year, because I've got loads left. This area here behind me is basically full of the fennel, which is actually really lovely in the displays. But it's just getting to that stage where it's going over a bit. But this whole area just needs digging. I've covered it slightly. I just need to get in there. And that's kind of it. Oh, let's go to the polytunnel. So I've got started here as well. These are my foxgloves for next year, so you can probably see them better there. So that's my apricot foxgloves, I think. Yeah, apricot foxgloves, and then I've got the white foxgloves. I've got some Sweet Williams, which I don't know what's going on here, because I've got Sweet Williams and then they seem to have Sweet Williams again. So I've got a horrible feeling that I might have, I don't know, sown them twice. I'm not sure what's going on here. And this I need to plant out, and it's got really nice little purple flowers on it, but it does need to go out. And then I've got Honesty and, oh, I can't think, Sweet Rocket in those ones, and they're just starting to come. Okay, so into the polytunnel, which is harbouring a little surprise. This is the polytunnel, and we seem to have this here. And if you go around the corner, you can see I've got the most amazing grapevine, which has got the most amazing grapes growing on it all the way up. And the grapevine, there's some up inside here as well. And then it's going all the way along and along the roof here. It's the first time it's ever done this. This is mad. This is really, I thought it was big last year, but I've been chopping it to make sure that it goes that way rather than over the door, because last year it did like the door best. Right, so here I have got my zinnias, which are just starting to come. I don't remember growing these. I thought they were green. I could have sworn I only bought Queenie Lime, and I don't seem to have any. Maybe that was meant to be a Queenie Lime? I don't know. These definitely aren't Queenie Lime. I don't know what has happened. Again, I'm pretty sure this was from that same company. I've got a Cosmos growing randomly here. And I've got my millet, which I've been using. I love this. This looks lovely in our displays, but I picked some the other day and it's just a bit too heavy, so in the end I didn't put it in. You need to pick it when it's like this, so it's not so heavy, like this. If you pick it when it's fully out, which I don't think I've got any here, it's just a bit too heavy for my displays. Also got Panicum, Frosted Explosion I think it's called. And as you can see, this is the Madam Butterfly in the tunnel, and they just, I mean, they're still not the best, because these, but I've been picking and picking and picking these, and they just don't seem to stop. Absolutely haven't stopped. I've actually finally got some phlox growing. That was one thing I was worried about losing. And some random tomatoes that have just popped up for no reason. This is my one and only straw flower. Oh no, there's one there as well. But slugs ate the lot of those, which is a shame. And over there are the Snapdragons, which are literally just about to be ripped out because I'm done with those now. I'm going to put them somewhere else. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell icon so that you know when I've got videos out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.